655-55 Jacksonville.
It's a Monday night game. Fans are going to be, juiced up and ready to go, and it'll be good for us. I mean, it's a benchmark. It's a measuring stick game.
We're down 0-2 right now. Everybody's probably going to count us out, playing against a good team, 2-0. So, we're coming in there, with our backs against the wall, coming out fighting. And we're excited. I'm excited about that.
They're running again with ETN. He bursts out of there. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Travis Etienne! That'll put a nail in this thing! Etienne scores!
Yeah, it's an important game. This is a good team. This is a team, you look at the last handful of years, is always one of the better teams in the AFC and in the NFL. And, that's a team we want to be moving forward. We understand the matchup and the team that we're playing and what it's going to take to beat a really good team in Buffalo. So, we're looking forward to the opportunity, but we're not making it more than what it is. I mean, every game is important, and, we have to just attack every week like we've said before.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Not a Keys to Victory Friday, however, around these parts, because we got a Sunday off. Tom's like, dang it.
Dang.
Why didn't you warn me? What did I put all these
Getting ready
keys
for
together
that.
for?
Darn.
We can still do it
No,
if you want
kidding.
to, but that's not the overall theme
There,
of
pockets
the show
goes.
today.
There, see, he's a good one.
Adjusting
right
the
there.
camera.
Got to get that big fat head in there, man.
You got to. I think it
covers
needs
a lot of
to
area.
swing this way a little bit. Hold on. Is that I think there's a little more. We need a little more McManus.
Swing, baby.
That's the way. That was
Swing.
well done there, Dylan Denmark.
job there, pal.
If you're watching in the YouTube virtual studio right now, you saw the big thumbs up from Pockets
Yes.
right there. How was your week? All right.
Yeah, good week. Busy week, but good, man. It's good to be here Friday morning.
We're going to try to fix it today, Tom. At least we're taking suggestions on how to fix it today.
Are we?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Right? Like, what everyone likes to put themselves in position. We all like to play armchair GM, armchair coach.
Sure.
Do it all the time, right? So other than changing who the play caller is, right? Because that's what I think we get a lot of that.
Okay.
Doug's got to call plays, whatever. Other than specifically changing, Tony, the person calling the plays, what is the one tweak or change or adjustment you would make? Could be a lineup adjustment, could be an alignment adjustment, could be the type of plays we're calling, could be any of these things.
Yeah, it did seem this week, talking about play calling stuff too, that it did seem Doug took control of it to some degree somewhere during the game on Sunday based on people just watching the sidelines. What was happening with those kind of things, like the mechanics of those things. At some point in the game, it did feel like Doug took more control over those kind of things this week. And they were better in the second half. But again, we had those discussions about 2022. They were better in the second half when Press Taylor was calling the plays.
They were. Maybe they're a second half team.
Whatever happened, I don't necessarily put all that on. Well, the guy calling the plays is why the difference was made. So I understand why a bunch of fans want to change the play caller as the thing that they would like to see changed on offense. They both run the same offense. They both discuss it all week, as we've discussed every time this has come up. I don't think that makes that big of a difference to where this football team is right now.
And you might be right.
Right. There are other more qualitative things that they could do that will have a bigger impact on what happens on the field for the team.
A lot of people that are complaining about the play call, they think that play on the safety was actually a really good play call because, BTJ was open down the field. Well, I don't think it was a good play call at all. Obviously, if it got blocked up, maybe they had a chance. I thought it was a bad play call. A lot of people out there like, no, look at that. It's set up. Look at it. It's right there. And then you're like, well, it didn't work, obviously.
Is that the determining factor, though?
No, I got another point if I may.
Please.
I'm another point. And then the bomb to Brian Thomas Jr., who called it? Press or Doug? Did one of them say, hey, are we going to go deep to number 7
We got this guy.
at any time, during the game? Like, how did that come about? Mike, why did it take so long? But the call was beautiful. And the throw was beautiful, and the route was great. Everything was great. Little in and out by Kirk to show that they're in man. See, he looked him off. He was looking left, then looks down the middle. Great throw. Why don't we see more? Now, I'm not saying bomb every time, but, more things like that. Had plenty of time. So is that a good call?
Is that a good call to throw it deep to Brian Thomas Jr.?
Was that play a good call?
That
Yes.
play was a good call, yeah.
Who called it?
Don't know.
Right. Okay, so does it Does it
right,
matter?
It doesn't matter who. I understand what
They
you're
know.
saying. Whoever called that play was a good
not
play.
all of us. I'm not saying us.
I got
in
what
this
you're
room.
saying.
People want to complain about, it's a bad. No, I'm not saying every play call was great. You know, I didn't like the end around to Duvernay at the time. I thought that was a waste of a play. There were a couple others. Maybe I don't have it in front of me, but look, the players.
They actually got burned on a few end arounds the week before.
Yeah.
In fact, specifically, I went on a Cleveland podcast, and they're basically like, "Don't try the end around, please."
Yeah.
It
looked like. I mean, I don't know. They read it pretty quick.
And then they have.
Yeah. And by the way, the other team is going to make plays, so that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad play call because they didn't. The other team makes a play, or a guy misses a block.
You'd agree if they throw a ball in the flat and there are 3 defenders and 1 offensive player there, something's up with the call, the scheme, the execute. Something is going on.
QB throwing it. I look in that way. Is there anywhere else to go? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know there's a complaint out there. They ran a flood pattern, right? They had Etienne in the flat. They had Davis down the sideline. I think they had Kirk doing some of the late posts, and he threw it out, tried to throw it outside, but sailed over his head. He wasn't open. No, he wasn't. But you still got to make that throw and put it in a great spot. I'm not saying, look, Trevor, it's not all Trev, obviously. But, in those instances, that's a flood pattern. A lot of teams run flood patterns. They keep it on one side of the field so the quarterback doesn't have to go to the other side of the field, and he goes from deep to short. And he went with Gabe. It was a 3rd down call. He overthrew him. I mean, he sailed it high and outside. Bad throw. Is that a bad call? And why is it a bad
necessarily,
call?
but it's also not necessarily a bad play. And I don't know what Trevor saw on that. I think I remember the play
You know what
that
I'm
you're
saying?
talking
Yeah,
about.
I mean,
Gabe Davis had a guy right on him.
Right on he was on the sideline or
Right.
near the sideline. He had him right on his hip.
Yeah.
It was good coverage.
Yeah, it was good. And maybe he looked, and maybe I don't know this because I'd have to go back and watch that play again, but maybe he felt quick pressure, felt like he had to get rid of the ball.
Absolutely.
And he said, hey, you know what? It's not
Which
there.
does
Better
happen.
than throwing a pick. This is a low-scoring game. We'll put it in our defense's hands.
A lot of times when Trev can't step into it, he sails it because he throws it off his back.
Absolutely.
A lot of
We've
QBs do. It's just the way
they
do it. But
he sailed a few last week.
Yeah, he did. But, so that happens. We get that. But my point is, that play didn't work, right? Is it a bad call? And still, we all know this. Even though the receiver's covered on a play, that doesn't mean you don't make the throw and make the completion. Now, here's a question. Guy's on his hip. Do they not have it already dialed in that that's a back shoulder throw?
Don't know.
You know what I'm saying? And was it didn't look like he was trying to make a back shoulder throw.
All right, well, let me ask you this then. Is that a bad play call because it didn't work?
No, that's my whole point.
Okay, but when you said the one in the end zone that led to the safety was a bad play call because it didn't work.
Here's why I think it's a bad play call. They were killing our offensive line, all right? And Garrett was killing Cam. Cam had a terrible game. So you knew the pressure was going to be there. To have that long of a developing play in your own end zone is why I think it's a bad play.
I understand, but if the block was made,
maybe he does make it. Maybe he does. We don't know.
Or it goes incomplete or whatever.
We just don't know. So I would have liked a little either quick outlet, where he had a chance to dump it or whatever, or get rid of it quick, not take so long with that rush coming at us. That's why I thought it was a bad play.
I just think there's, and I understand that. I just think there, and because I see what you're putting out there all week long, that there's a balance. Sometimes the play call is good and the players fail to execute. Could be the quarterback, could be the receiver, could be the offensive lineman, whatever the case may be. And that's got to be frustrating, particularly if you rep it,
right,
and then you get a different result.
I mean, and look, they're going to make plays. The other team makes plays. So,
no doubt. All right.
Well,
today we're asking your Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day, simply asking you for your best suggestion. You're in charge. You're Doug Peterson. Maybe you're Trent Baalke. Whatever. If you feel like there's a tweak that can be made that hasn't been tried that you'd like to see tried, and we're getting some similar responses, but be as creative as you want. You can put more than one, other than just saying, I want Doug calling the plays, I want Press calling the plays, I don't want Press anywhere near it, whatever. All right, put that aside. Who's calling the plays? Is it something about the type of plays that they're running? Is it something about the tempo of the offense? Is it something about we're not leaning into the running game enough? Whatever you think it is, and it doesn't have to be offensively, by the way. It can be any aspect of the football team that you think you can tweak to get a better performance out of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll talk about that today in lieu of a Keys to Victory Friday.
Beauty.
Got a Sunday off coming up. Tony Smith, give me the Bulls Bulldogs itinerary this weekend, please.
Bulls playing Oakleaf tonight. They made the trip over to Oakleaf last year. It was the first time Bulls had played over there in Clay County, I think in like 20 years, something like that. But Oakleaf coming back over to Bulls tonight, 7:30 kickoff.
All right, give me expected outcome here. Is this a nail biter? Is this a Bulls heavy favorite?
Bulls handled them pretty well last year in that game over there. So I would expect Bulls to get to 3-1 tonight when everything is said and done. But who knows how much they'll have to be thinking about Baldwin next week.
This is all the look ahead week. This is what that is. Yeah. Dylan Denmark, do lay it out for us. What does Baldwin have tonight?
We got ball in Baker County, 8 miles down the road. Got some redneck football.
That's the
taking
spot.
the air out of the ball. We're going to run and run and run, and Baker's going to do the same.
So is this a great rivalry, like proximity rivalry for you guys?
It has been the last 2-3 years.
Okay.
Not historically, because we beat them 2 years ago and hadn't beaten them since the 60s, so it's kind of hard to say it's a rivalry. So,
yeah, right.
We've played them 4 times the last 2 years.
They'd be laughing if you suggested that. Do you feel like Baldwin is in line for a positive outcome today?
We'll see. I mean, coaches,
Coach ain't going to give any bulletin board material.
Baker County, and I'm sure people have heard it over and over the years, but Baker County is that spot. You get that sense of what Friday Night Lights could be like.
Yes.
Baker County is that spot. The whole area shuts down.
Tailgate.
Like everything is about that high school football game. It's a crazy atmosphere.
I think
they're
one of the few places left where you can still buy the tickets in cash at the ticket booth. Because everybody goes still with the internet.
Little
travel back in time.
Black market economy heading over to Baker County.
How much is it? How much you got?
Right. Well, I could do this for whatever the case may be. You don't see cash, and some places won't take cash anymore. Which
I know.
Drives me crazy because it says right there on the cash, good for all debts, public and private. Right. And so take my damn cash.
Take the cash.
All right. Today, you're wide open. Welcome to get in. 641-1010. If you want to get on the Garber Auto Mall phone lines or the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, hop in the YouTube virtual studio chat if you'd like to, or hit us up on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at Meathead55, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
All right, no look-ahead games for the fellas tonight because it is the big Bulls-Baldwin clash next week. We're going to have Tony and Dylan are going to do an Oklahoma drill, Tom, I'm told, next Friday.
Oh, no.
Right here in front of the cameras.
My back hurts.
No way.
First they're hearing of it, by the way. All right, so let's talk about what we can do to tweak the Jags to get a better outcome and get them off this 0-2 schneid. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and Dylan Denmark. Happy Friday. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Any time of day is a good time for Dandy. You're driving around Duval, man. Maybe you're heading out to one of those great high school encounters tonight. Swing in. Maybe have a cooler with you. Plan ahead, but go to gate. Head to the Fresh Case and look for the fantastic line of Dandy sandwiches and subs. You know what? Friday night, you're going to get hungry. You're going to forget to eat maybe. Well, no, you're going to go to your cooler and you're going to go, man, I got that classic tuna salad. Or maybe you've got that Italian combo that'll melt in your mouth, or the all-white meat spicy buffalo chicken, or the classic big old juicy 100% beef cheeseburger served on fresh ciabatta bread, baked locally, delivered daily, as you'd expect from the Thompson family, locals who created the Dandy Company and the Anytime Deli line of sandwiches nearly 70 years ago. Swing into an area gate, head to the Fresh Case, and be amazed at the variety, but don't be amazed at the quality because it's always top-notch. When you're hungry in Duval, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Stretch game day as far as you can with an extra quarter of Teal Talk. Join hacker Leon and Coach Campo for the window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter. 2 hours after the final whistle on game day. Brought to you by Von Rowan Law on 1010XL.
Hey, gang, Prosser here. Telling you once again about Chad and Sandy Newman. Mortgage rates are down, creating more active buyers and sellers. If you've been waiting, now is a great time to sell your home before more homes flood the market, driving down prices. So maybe you want guaranteed no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. They can handle that. You see, Chad and Sandy can take every problem you think you have and replace it with a promise. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. The success stories are rolling in. Mike and Lisa in McCormick. We inherited a family home that came with equity but also a mortgage. We needed to sell fast to avoid extra expenses on a second mortgage. We heard about Chad and Sandy on the radio and called. Everything they say on the radio is true. The home sold in 3 days for full asking price. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
Looking for a new vehicle? Take a look at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Now's the time to save big this summer. Choose from more than 250 new and over 1,000 used and certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot, or shop anytime at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville.com. Hyundai has one of the top warranties in the business. Lifetime powertrain and a 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, plus 3 years free maintenance on a new vehicle. Give us the opportunity to earn your business today. Atlantic Boulevard, Jacksonville, or visit Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville.com. Welcome to the family.
Prosser here. I've been telling you for years about Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us. Imagine watching your favorite team in your new Lifetime Man Cave, family hangout, or Lifetime's version of a she shed. And now Lifetime is expanding their replacement window division. Make your home energy efficient with their Energy Star rated windows. Enclosures, flooring, and windows to fit any and all budgets. Visit the showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let Lifetime be your home team.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sportsbook app, and they're so stoked for the kickoff of the season. You know why? Because never before in September have we been able to legally bet on football. This year, for the first time ever, people in Florida can bet on ball. College kicks off this weekend with a big bunch of games, and all you have to do to get started is download the Hard Rock Bet app or go online at hardrock.bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Mia O'Brien
is going to be the first woman president of the United States of America.
Catch me weekdays from noon to 2 on Helmets and Heels.
And she could run later this year even, and I would vote for her.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota on 1010XL.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores, and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality product and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Hey, there's a lab-grown diamond and jewelry sales event going on right now at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Monahan's is known for its natural diamonds and gemstones, but we've had so much demand for lab-grown diamonds that now through the end of September, Monahan Jewelers is having a lab-grown diamond and jewelry sales event. We've brought in a huge selection of lab-grown diamonds and jewelry to meet this incredible demand. Lab-grown diamond sales event now through the end of September at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Make your dream of living in luxury a reality in Lennar's newest 55 and up active adult community, Edenbrook at Highland Trail. Located in the heart of Green Cove Springs, Edenbrook offers world-class amenities with a dedicated activities director and homes starting in the high 300s. With rates as low as 3.99% and up to $50,000 in flex cash on our new Edenbrook homes, the time to buy is now. Call 904-643-3750 to find out more. Your life of luxury awaits in Edenbrook at Highland Trail by Lennar.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm Frank Frangie for Ricketts Electric. Hurricane season is here, and now's the time to think about a home generator. My friends at Ricketts Electric can make sure your home always has power. They can install the perfect generator for your home and are even offering a 10% discount this month if you mention 1010XL. So call my friend Zach Ricketts today at 904-320-5960 or find them on Facebook. That's Ricketts Electric, the city's best power connection. Call them at 320-5960.
It only takes a drop of water to cause someone to slip and fall, but it takes a lot more to prove that your injuries were the result of negligence. The store said the floor was dry. Our investigators learned that on the day of the accident, it had been raining.
So the next time it rained, we went back. And guess what? Rainwater was dripping from the ceiling exactly where our client was injured. When you're in for the fight of your life, investigators with 30 years of experience is a good thing. Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mac in the Middle, Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, got no reason to feel bad on this Friday. All right?
No, I feel
we got Sunday off. We'll rally the troops on Monday and try to get a W for this team. I do want you to, Tommy, if you don't mind, just give us a quick thumbnail preview of Riding Shotgun with Tommy Mack. What's coming up?
I just told you about it.
Show, yes.
We just filmed it Wednesday night. It was our first episode, Riding Shotgun with Tommy Mack. Fields Cadillac is our title sponsor, and we're driving their vehicles.
You're driving.
I'm driving while my celebrity guest is in the shotgun seat. And Brett Myers, the former Philadelphia Philly pitcher and local Jacksonville legend, so to speak, joined me, and it's an awesome conversation. And we drove over the Buckman Bridge, got to see the city, had a car behind us with cameras, doing the whole thing. So the car's going to look awesome. The conversation's like off the cuff. We're not like, F-bomb and all that.
No, I
that
got
kind
you.
of stuff. But it's, it's real stuff, real stories. And
like it.
It was really cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I've interviewed him before, but not like that. Not to where it could be that kind of, intimate type one-on-one thing. So, yeah, we're going to do it twice a month. And keep it rocking. It's fun.
All right. So keep your eye on the road. I'll just say.
I know. It was interesting. But, it's not – I mean, you talk to your friends. Like if you had someone or your wife in the past, you talk while you're driving.
Sure.
So it's kind of the same thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
all right.
Cameras on you.
Just another one from the desk of Tom McManus coming your way.
Keep it rolling.
You look for that maybe to come out tonight?
It might be out tonight at Tommy Mac 55 on YouTube.
All right.
And then I'll share it all over.
There you go. This one, before we get to the calls, be patient for just one more second, please, and we'll get right to you at 641-1010 on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. This kind of dovetails with what I'm thinking about, and we talked about earlier in the week a little bit, Tony. Once they get a first down, go no huddle, give our mediocre offensive line a little bit of help. Dylan, why don't you fire up today's 10-10 take?
10-10
take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take. Brought to you by
Double checked. Cybersecurity made simple.
Just, leaning into something we've discussed in the past, Tony, certainly this week. Put your foot on the accelerator a little bit earlier. Create a false sense of urgency if you have to. Do something to mentally kind of put yourself in that mind frame of, we got no choice. We got to let it all hang out. I heard the guys talking about it this morning with Denny Thompson. At some point, you got a $275 million quarterback. Win it or lose it, let him sling it. Let him prove, let him rise and fall on his shoulders. But I feel like Trevor, in those circumstances, sometimes, you know what? We got nothing to lose here. We got to let it all hang out. He gets a little bit more aggressive running the football in those circumstances as well. I don't want him running it 15 times a game, but just up-tempo when you don't have to, just to see if that will spark things. I think that's an excellent idea for them to try.
Sure. I think a lot of the things that are really hurting the offense right now, Tommy, are self-inflicted just junk that they're doing, right? Like, they've had plenty of opportunities to convert third downs where the ball hits somebody's hands and it hits the ground. Like, that can't happen. You guys are pros. That can't happen. And who knows what that would do for them if they just extended a couple of the drives here early on in the year. The timing of them when they've been in red zone opportunities the first 2 weeks. Like, what is going on with you guys getting the tempo of what you're doing down on that part of the field? I don't think you have to play hurry up. Get the quarterback the call with 20 seconds so they can break the huddle and do what they need to do. It's so crucial in that part of the field. I'm to a point where if they – I do feel like if they resolve those issues, and those are very much self-inflicted. Like, that's – you're doing it to yourself with those. And if they resolve those things, I think they're going to be okay on the offensive side of the – I really do. I think they'll be okay. I think if we see early on Monday – that say they get a third down opportunity and they throw a ball and it hits somebody in the hands and it hits the ground, I'd be going to Trevor and saying, you need to think about running more. Like that, it would be just part of what and I'm with you. I don't want to run 15 times a game, but the 2 times a game where we need you to convert a third down for a first down, if they're not going to be reliable in these moments, we got to figure something else out. Because as we were talking about before the show, the Jags are tied for the league lead in creating 20-plus yard plays. Right? Like when they are on the field, they've been explosive. They're not on the field enough. It's that third down stuff that's getting in their way over and over here early on. I know they want to protect Trevor. They don't want him to take any unnecessary hits. If it means converting 2 more third downs, then he needs to run a little bit more because it's just not happening on that night. If you see that happening early again against Buffalo, I would tell him, go. We need you to pick up a couple because that makes a massive difference in the game.
You're speaking my language, man. I call it Trevor ball, man. Sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands. Look, that protection broke down. He had no time to do anything. He knew how to escape out left, and he took off, and it was a great run. The debacle, you're right, in the red, that's just ridiculous. We can talk about that later. The up-tempo, let me tell you something. It doesn't put pressure on your offense. It puts pressure on the defense that you're going against.
No doubt.
I know going up-tempo, the K-gun, all that kind of – it's hard, man. You got to get the call out to everybody, make sure everybody's on the same page. You're not huddling up. You don't have time to huddle out. You can't sub. You got to, really focus on your breathing so you don't run out of gas, that kind of stuff. And if they have success with it, then it really puts the dagger in them. So I'm all for it. But yeah, I think Trev needs to take over. And I agree with you, Tony. You can't miss blocks either. I mean, can we stop missing blocks? Do your damn job and make the block. I don't care who it is. Just make the block. That's your whole entire job if that's what you're supposed to do. I'm sick and tired. It's not just Cam. But Cam missed about 4 or 5 blocks last week. He missed a few the week before. I mean, not just in the pass game, in the run game as well. It's just, come on, man. You got to do your damn job and make these things happen.
We'll get back to more on the O-line coming up, but let's get a few of these calls rolling here at 641-1010 on the Garber Automall phone lines. We'll go with Greg on the north side to kick it off. Greg, what's up?
Good morning, gentlemen. And so I was at the game Sunday watching the Browns just have their way with us, and it was miserable because I was surrounded by Browns fans. But 2 things that you said, you were asking what I would do.
Yeah.
First thing I would do is, and I noticed this, I would go in that playbook, and every horizontal play that's in that playbook, I would rip it out, burn it. There should be no horizontal plays. Everything needs to get that ball pushing down the field. We did that multiple times, and every time it seemed like it burned us, that we lost yards or there's no gain. The second thing I saw Cleveland do, which I don't get why they got away from this in football, I would take Walker Little and start using him as a fullback. And, use him as a fullback. I don't know if I think it's legal, but use him as a fullback and have him go out there and block for Etienne or Bigsby or whoever and give you some more push and muscle up front to make those holes happen. I'll take some comments out there.
All right, Tom, I saw you shaking your head side to side on both of those.
First of all, the game, I was at the game, and I left early because I was pissed off. I'm not going to lie. But, listen, they're down 16-3. They claw their way back. They make a great call, great throw, great catch to Kirk for a touchdown, but their veteran running back doesn't know where the beep to line up. I'm sorry. And then, Trevor's like, yo, wrong way. Get over there. He's jogging. Get your ass over there. Get lined up so you don't have to wait too long to do the You don't even have to wait. You line up and you motion across. That's all they wanted you to do. You get over there late. You don't get set. They illegal shift. That's not if that doesn't happen, if he lines up correctly, attention to detail, do your damn job. It's 17-16, and we're talking about what a great comeback it was.
Okay, but what does that have to do with not having horizontal plays?
Nothing. Nothing. But no, people
where are we going with this tangent?
Well, he said the Browns, they did whatever they want with it. For a while they did, but not. Listen,
put that aside. His specific points.
No, you got to have
horizontal
crossing. You got to have crossing routes. Listen, I don't want to jump the gun, but get Kirk more involved. Get him one-on-one with that damn nickelback and let him do some damage. Let him do some work. Kirk's got to hold on to the ball more. I understand that. But he's got to be a focal point, especially if Ingram's not down there.
But I don't even think he's talking about, crossing route. I think he's talking about screens and throws behind the line of scrimmage,
You don't want to get ETN out in the open field on a flare pass?
Every team utilizes that kind of stuff. When it
quick
doesn't
outs,
work.
Quick outs work. That's
what about using a fullback? Whether it's
not Walker. He's too tall.
Whoever.
I think Strange is a pretty good one, but if you need more beef, go grab Jeremiah Ledbetter. Let him be back there. He's a little bit of a bulldog.
I've always wondered why they didn't do that, literally on the goal line.
He's kind of built like that. That would be a tough guy to take on in the hole, so you could do that, but not Walker. Walker's he's too big, and he's not vicious, and I don't think he'd get low enough. You got to get low if you're going to be that fullback.
All right, your rants brought to you by Tom McManus may or may not directly relate to what you call in for this morning.
I'm sorry. I got fixated on the whole, they did whatever they want. Look, they did initially, but we did fight back. We were almost there. And again, a couple attention to detail, and you're up 17-16. And who knows what happens after that?
Sure, we don't know what happens after that, though. But that's, I think, why so many people are frustrated. They were that close in both games.
That's got nothing to do with play call. That has to do with a guy not knowing what he's doing.
Greg didn't say it had anything to do.
I know I'm going back even far. Sorry, Greg. I didn't mean to jump.
All right. We got to take a timeout. Getting a little over here. So we'll come back and get more of your calls on the other side. Fix the Jags. What is your best suggestion? We'll continue along Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Pella Windows and Doors. You hear me talking about Pella practically every single day because I see through their windows every single day. My house has beautiful Pella windows, my sliding glass door replaced by Pella. It was time to get them done. My house looks better. It feels great. More energy efficient. Consumer Reports will tell you Pella is number one in all the major window categories. So whether you're a homeowner looking to upgrade, maybe you're a contractor building a new home, Pella Windows and Doors can help you with your project. Stop by their showroom on Phillips Highway or go online to PellaJax.com.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, John, my dad, Randy Marion's gone absolute Cadillac crazy. You won't believe our Escalade lineup.
Well, how crazy we talking, Jennifer?
Buckle up, folks. We've got over 35 Cadillac Escalades.
35 Escalades? That's luxury overload.
I'm talking fully loaded models, cutting-edge tech, and that signature Cadillac style.
And the deals are even more luxurious. $4,000 Escalade loyalty rebate.
Plus 5% off MSRP on retired courtesy vehicles. Head to Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
Plus tax tag title $899 MNP and resistol.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the 4th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, October 4th through 6th at Timuquana Country Club. Get your tickets now, starting at just $25 for grounds passes. Public parking is free, and our military get complimentary tournament access courtesy of ViStar Credit Union. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster, October 4th through 6th at Timuquana Country Club. The 4th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Get off the ladder and put on the helmet with Gutter Helmet of North Florida. We are family owned and manufactured locally. Cleaning your gutters is a dangerous and dirty job. That's why with Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. Water goes in your gutters while trash and debris go on the ground. It won't collect like filters do. Gutter Helmet protects. Call now for 10% off and a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with your purchase of Gutter Helmet. Call 904-762-7779.
Duck Duck Rooter is currently hiring in all departments. We want great plumbers, CDL drivers, drain field installers, and lift station technicians. If you have experience in your trade and love to deliver a super high-quality level of customer service, you have found the right company. You will enjoy our benefits package that includes excellent weekly pay, paid holidays, health insurance, and working for the best in the industry. Apply at duckduckrooter.com. That's duckduckrooter.com. And click on the careers page. Duck Duck Rooter is an equal opportunity employer.
One of college football's most storied programs.
Get the latest from the Tallahassee Tribe on the Seminole Report.
Brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team. Stay close to the Seminoles on 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. Are you tired of having your carpets professionally cleaned only to have them looking dingy again? Zero Res can help. I'll tell you what, they have the technology. Zero Res uses its patented ZR water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or shampoos. That means zero residue left behind. And guess what? Zero Res falling back in time for September. 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129, and we'll clean a 4th room for free. That's right. The 4th room is on me. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backwards. It's a right way to clean.
This is a one-of-a-kind Gabriel fashion sale.
Rings, bracelets, earrings.
All new for 2024.
For 3 days only.
September 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center or beardsdiamonds.com.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time home buyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time home buyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time home buyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. Yes, 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
Hacker here, and I've got something to celebrate. Honestly, I never thought I'd be able to say this. I'm on the countdown to dropping 100 pounds. Yes, sir. 90 pounds already, thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss, and I'm just 3 weeks away from hitting the big 100. The best part? I'm reaching that 100 mark in months, not years. Life-changing and life-saving. No doubt about it. I had pretty much given up on trying, but now I'm going to be here for my son, my wife, my family, and most importantly, for myself. I'm living my life to the fullest, and I didn't know just how easy it was to make happen with Awaken 180. When I hit that 100-pound mark, we're going to celebrate big. I'll keep you updated every week as I get closer, and you can even join in on the celebration. Details to come. In the meantime, pick up the phone and make your own 180. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
The coolers are full at your local Gate gas station, making it easy for you to cruise in and cruise out with little downtime. Ice cold Coronas, Natty Light, Stella Artois, and Michelob Ultra. Don't forget the king of beers, Cold Buds. Gate's got them in the cooler, waiting for you.
This is Dr. Turner Vossler, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars defensive lineman Eric Armstead on playing Monday Night Football at Buffalo.
Another AFC opponent, a team that is starting off their season very well, 2-0. Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. It's going to be a huge challenge for us. In a primetime game, everybody watching is an opportunity for us to get things turned around. And what a better opportunity than on primetime in front of the world to play the brand of football that we want to show the world.
Jaguars defensive lineman Eric Armstead on his Third and Long podcast. Jags, Bills, Monday night at 7:30. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Tom McManus. this. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Tommy McManus here with us on this Friday. Where are you at on personnel changes? Like, a lot of people are clamoring for Walker Little over Cam Robinson and possibly Cooper Hodges over Brandon Sheriff. Are you close to considering either one of those moves if you're running things?
No, not yet. I mean, shoot, Anton ain't playing well either. We going Van Lonen to replace him? I'm not ready for that. I think people look at Walker differently, though. Like, Walker Little was your second-round pick. He started, and he started early last year, and the record was pretty good when he was playing. So they can see that being a lot closer than Van Lanen being with Anton.
Okay, I can understand that, but let me ask you this. So, last year, when he was playing well at left tackle, right? During the suspension for the 4 games.
Yeah.
We're saying he played well, which he did. He filled in good. I don't know what his I don't remember game to game, but overall, he was solid. He was fine. Why replace him with Cam then if you think he's done a good job?
Because they have a belief that Cam's better. I'm assuming. I mean, why else would you play Camo? Why would you continually?
Is Cam still better or not?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's the point people are trying to make is that, okay, whatever's done in the past is done. Look at it, what's happening right now.
We're 2 games in. Is he, he beat him out in camp, I got to imagine.
I would think.
Or granted, they're paying him a lot of money. There's some political maybe there.
Was it a true competition? Did they ever really consider, or did they say this is our line and this is what we're going with?
I tell you what, sorry to cut you off. I would put pressure. If I'm the coach, I'm putting pressure on Cam. Like, that's not good. And you're about to get pulled. I would. And maybe I do it during the middle of the Buffalo game if he's getting worked. I know you mentioned Rousseau. He's having a great
Greg Rousseau. He'll line up probably on the other side more often than not.
This week is serious, the test. Yeah. Not only Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, which is more an inside guy, right? But Von Miller, the last time we saw him against Miami, looked like Von Miller for the first time in a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Last year with everything he was dealing with off the field, he had the injury thing that he was trying to come back from as well. He just didn't look like himself. And I get it. That's Miami. They're terrible on the offensive line. We know that. We saw what that looked like, in week 1. But Von Miller looked like Von Miller in that game for the first time in a long time. And as we just mentioned, Rousseau is a really good player. They don't have options, right? Offensive line, teams don't have depth on the offensive line. That's not a reality in the National Football League. The only move they would really have is if they wanted to put Walker in ahead of Cam.
Yeah.
And I don't know at what point the team would want to put pressure on Cam saying, look, play or we'll put somebody else in that can. And really, left tackle is the only spot where they have that option. They don't have a bunch of experienced guys that we can fall back to this. They don't get any worse at left tackle if they put Walker Little in the lineup. Now, they may feel like they're better right now with Cam, but if they're not showing on the field they're better with Cam, then at some point you can go to the other guy who's been a solid pro, if nothing else.
I mean, he's on deck. There's no doubt about it. Cam's up to bat, Isn't it funny, though, like during the preseason, during camp, it was like, well, how many teams can say they got 4 starting tackles on their roster?
Or at least
potential starter. You're like, okay.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. This offensive line, we knew this offensive line was going to be bad. Well, we thought the tackles were going to be good. The interior has been okay.
Okay, overall.
So if the tackles were what we thought they were going to be, you'd be like, all right, the offensive line's not the best in the league, but it's serviceable.
Oh, yeah, no. If the tackles are playing better, I don't know if we're having this conversation.
No, right, which is the frustrating thing.
They're not 0-2.
What were they supposed to anticipate? That Anton Harrison would have just seemingly regress? Yeah. Right? I don't know. I mean, by all accounts, he was having a fantastic camp.
He looked great in camp.
Held his own against Josh Hines-Allen in one-on-ones and all that stuff.
Absolutely. I was raving about him. I'm as shocked as anybody that he has struggled out of the gate. I don't know, maybe he's cooking up too many recipes or something on YouTube or something, but he's got to get it together. I don't know. I think it's too early to make any changes yet, but there's got to be pressure on that O-line. Like, look, man, we all know this ain't good enough. So if you ain't going to get it done and you start struggling, you may be sitting on the bench.
If you're making that move, though, like how much are you giving Walker Little? Is this is it? We've made this move. Is it a game? Is it?
Here's the risk: you bench Cam, and then it don't work out with Walker, and then you got to go back to Cam. I'm not saying he's not a team player and he doesn't want to keep playing, but he's going to have a little chip on his shoulder.
Good.
Maybe
he needs a little chip on his
not
shoulder.
towards the other team, towards your team, towards your organization.
But is he going to go? I mean, what is that?
I mean, it's 2 games.
In?
As I'm just saying, it's 2 games. I'd like to see what happens Monday night. And look, if it's a big time struggle, yeah, I would consider it. But I'm not like everybody else on Walker. I think if Walker was a good left tackle, he'd be our left tackle, and he would have been our left tackle a while ago. But he's never developed into that. Yeah, does he hold down the fort? Sure, he does. I can't say he doesn't. Mm-hmm. He also gets beat just like Cam does. You know, he's also not as physical and as rough and tough as Cam.
I think,
but I don't know if that matters.
Don't
Maybe
you think
it doesn't
people
matter.
look at it like, you know, you're not going to change. You're not going to bench Christian Kirk, right? You're not going to bench Evan Ingram when he's healthy, you know, right? You're not going to bench Trevor. Where can we try? You know, we're trying to solve things. You know, it's not like you said, Tony. It's not like you have endless depth, but we've seen this guy play.
Yeah,
and
you could bench Kirk if he wasn't playing well. You'd throw in Parker.
Yeah,
but maybe not be the same.
You could, but I think it would be a ways to go before you got to that point.
I think the conversation we had a few minutes ago about they're getting in their own way is why I don't think they're going to do any of this now. It's 2 weeks into it. I think they're going to say, catch the ball. Right? Like, that's the way they're going to deal with these different issues. They're going to say, yeah, we got to be better about getting it into you so that the process is better. We have to make these kind of things cleaner from a process standpoint. When you have the opportunity to make a play, make a play. You've had plenty of opportunities. You haven't made the plays. Right. You guys start doing that, we'll start winning. Right? Like, that's the message they're going to have in the locker room. Fans can be very frustrated by that being the process that they see the team in the middle of, but that's the process that I think they're in right now. Whatever changes you want to see, I don't think there's going to be anything in that regard.
Well put, man. I mean, just look, you know, I get the frustration. We're all frustrated. But at the end of the day, those players, man, they're the ones that got to look in the mirror and do their job. And if your job is to block and protect, then that's your job. Are you going to get beat? Of course you're going to get beat. Are they going to make plays? Of course you're going to make plays. But you've got to do a better job. You know, by the way, the back to the caller on the vertical, I just thought of this because I was looking up some stats for my my podcast later. Trevor's throwing the ball down the field a lot more. Like, his average is almost near 8 yards per attempt, but his completion percentage is around 50, right? So I think we need a balance. I don't think we can, you know, every throw is going to be down the field, that type of thing. I do think you need that under route, those quick throws, those screen. I don't like the bubble screen. To me, that's I can't stand the bubble screen. But getting ETN out in the flat and whatnot, I think that's all good stuff.
Seems to work against us sometimes.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, and that's so like you see it, and it's when it's blocked well, you're like.
When it's blocked well. Okay.
Right.
Well,
then block it well.
No,
Scheme
I know.
it up so it's blocked
think
better.
about this.
I don't know what to tell you.
Remember the little the throw they threw? Trevor threw to ETN. It was really low by his toes, and ETN made a great catch. It was kind of out in the flat area. Well, Gabe missed the block. He didn't even hit. I don't even think he hit his guy who he was supposed to block. The guy just jumped inside and put pressure on Trevor. He had he tried to, I think, throw it away, but he threw it low, and ETN made a great catch, right?
So is that a bad play?
No. That's what Gabe make the like Tony's just said, like, guys, make the block. Maybe the play works. You know?
All right. Back to the lines we go at 641-1010. Darren is up next. What's up, Darren?
Hey, good morning, guys. Because we lost the game, I didn't tell y'all, but I did have a lot of fun at the game because I wore a towel around as my wardrobe, and I had a sign that said massages. And everybody was wanting pictures. I took over 1,000 pictures probably. Even the sheriff wanted a picture. It was awesome. And finally the NFL had enough of it, and they sent security after me, and they confiscated my sign and said the NFL didn't think it was funny or, and thought it was, whatever they wanted, words they wanted to use. But anyway, they took it from me anyway. I told them, I said, I found it offensive that Deshaun was playing. But anyway, the past is past, but it was fun. I had a blast. Hey, if it were my team and I had the option to do it, I would seriously consider looking at what's available, trading Cam Robinson, and while we can, and even if we had to give a second and go find the baddest right guard out there and bring in and replace Sheriff and put Little at left tackle. That's what I do. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate it. I don't, we were talking about Cam struggling. Who is looking to acquire a guy who's struggling and give up their badass right guard?
Yeah.
I mean, what teams are looking to give up their good offensive linemen?
For a guy that's not performing.
Or beyond that, like, let's go get the baddest right guard. They want to keep that guy.
Right.
Like, I just,
I watched, the game. I replay the games. I'm trying to, because I take notes on every play. I don't have a lot of notes where Sheriff's getting beat.
Sheriff actually
I don't know why
graded out in pass blocking pretty well, at least according to Pro Football Focus. Among guards, he's definitely in the upper half, according to PFF.
Look, I think we've been on the right issues. It's left and right tackle is where a bunch of the issues are coming from. Anton being an issue 2 games into the season is as stunning as anything that's happened with the team to this point. That guy was supposed to be their best offensive lineman. We're going into week 3 and we're going, when are you going to play like our best offensive lineman, right? Cam being up and down, I'm used to that. Right? Like, I'm used to streaks of him being, all right, he's
really
pretty good.
Right.
And then streaks of, where's he at? Like, I'm used to that kind of thing with Cam. With Anton, I'm stunned.
Yeah, the only thing with Cam is he's normally really good in the run game, and he's struggled in the run game. He's been missing blocks.
All right, more on how to fix the Jags coming up. Your suggestions, welcome. Doesn't mean we'll agree with all of them.
No, right.
We may not. But anyway, bring them to the table, 641-1010 on the Garber Auto Mall phone lines, or hit us up on social media or the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at that same 641-1010 number. Tom McManus is in. We got another hour to go. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Get on a team that always delivers the goods. In crunch time, at any time, Awaken 180 is going to have your back and help you lose those pesky pounds. Maybe you've been trying to drop 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 or more. Awaken 180 can help anybody, no matter where you are on your, yes, I'm going to say it, weight loss journey, because Awaken 180 can help you complete that journey. And once you get there, help you maintain that weight loss with great coaching and support, free for life once you hit your goal weight. I hit mine at the end of last September. Here I am a year later. I've kept the weight off, and I've had nothing but positive success with Awaken 180. Hacker's the same. Matt Hayes is the same. You could be the next success story if you call 844-346-1800. Eat to lose weight. It's not starvation. It's not some crazy exercise regimen. It's not injections and medications. Eat to lose weight with Awaken 180 and keep that weight loss intact. Schedule your free consultation online by going to awaken180weightloss.com.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL, he's a master at recon. His car line takes you behind enemy lines on 1010XL.
What's your position? That's top secret.
Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your home and save big? Now's the perfect time with Renewal by Anderson. For a limited time, it's buy one, get one 40% off on all windows and doors. That's right, buy one, get one 40% off plus flexible financing options to fit your budget. Our custom-built energy-efficient windows and doors are made with Vibrex, 2 times stronger than vinyl, giving you the durability you need and the savings you want. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to book your free consultation today. Don't wait, this offer won't last. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613. Proud partner of the Florida Gators.
The Golf Club of Southampton has plenty going on, from a great round to a round with your buds, soaking up some football and great grub. Every Saturday and Sunday at Southampton, enjoy their game day special. Wings tossed in your favorite sauce and a cold pitcher of beer. Membership opportunities to take advantage of, too. Join Southampton with a paid initiation, and you'll get a $500 gift card. Perfect for golf, pro shop purchases, or the clubhouse. Check it out. It's all happening at the Golf Club of Southampton.
Hicken here with my concierge doctor, Richard Townsend. Doc T, how does a concierge direct primary care operate?
We are a membership-based primary care made directly between the patient and physician. We'll have a limited amount of patients that allows us to give unlimited access and personal service to you. This individualized approach has been shown to lower hospitalizations as well as maintain healthier lives. We also give 24/7 access via phone to me outside of our scheduled office hours.
To learn more, go to mypvconcierge.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Jeff Lagerman here. Now that football season is here, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any of the 27 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions, and more. Napa Auto Care offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace-of-mind warranty on those repairs. Find a Napa Auto Care Center near you. JacksNapaAutoCareGroup.com.
Thermal Engineers is hiring. Thermal Engineers is a commercial HVAC contractor serving North Florida for over 20 years. Qualified technicians and installers. How does top pay, 401k, and full benefits sound, and a signing bonus? Is it time for a positive change in your career? Join the family-oriented commercial HVAC contractor at Thermal Engineers. Call 230-1172 or go to Thermal Engineers, Inc., an equal opportunity employer.
The saying goes, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, that is actually true if your neighbor installed artificial turf. Lauren Brooks here from my friends at Sunshine Turf, a family-owned local company that will take your backyard dreams and turn them into a reality. Caleb can design anything from putting greens to pet runs, and if you have a pool, you'll definitely love maintenance-free turf around it. Visit sunshineturf.info to get a free quote today. Sunshine Turf. That's sunshineturf.info.
Hey, gang, Prosser here to save you some cash. Maximize your home sale now with the market experts who deliver more money in less time, and those experts are Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried about costly repairs or upgrades needed to sell your home. You don't have to worry. The worries are relieved with Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts we are trusting and recommending with the sale of your home. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Mortgage rates are down. It's time to create your market. Marvin in Cobblestone writes, my siblings and I moved our parents to Maryland so they can get some extra help as they get older. Next, we had to sell the home to get them some financial help for their extra care. We hired Chad and Sandy, and they delivered big. Chad and Sandy's team got our home sold in 7 days above asking price. You can too. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
This is Hayes Carlion for Skylife Elite. Have you ever thought about aircraft ownership as another potential revenue stream and as a tool for tax savings? Put your tax money to work for you while enjoying the benefits of private personal travel. Skylife Elite has over a decade of experience in business aviation and can guide you through the process with their expert staff. Call my friends over at Skylife Elite at 490-9332 or find them at flyskylife.com to get the rundown on everything owning an airplane can do for you.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Want to show your kids something really cool? Take them by the Kuhn Flowers window display on Beach Boulevard. 1010XL's RJ Saunders here, and there's no better way to introduce your kids to Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers.
What's larger, the Earth's moon or the planet Pluto?
Does your homeowner's insurance company contact you before, during, or after a big storm? If not, then it's time for you to contact Southern Oak Insurance. Find us online at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours, Southern Oak Insurance.
The moon is larger than Pluto, as its radius is over 1,000 miles. Pluto, just 715 miles.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by USA Park. With the adversity facing Florida this early in the season, head coach Billy Napier was questioned about the team, hearing his message to hang together.
100%. I would say that, again, I think that's one of the strengths of this team. I do think we've got some credible leadership.
FSU head coach Mike Norvell, when his team faces Cal, he has expectations of the offense.
Offensively, we want to continue to push the tempo, and how we're operating.
exciting, and that's something we got to continue to focus on as we're rolling through.
There's some strong high school football matchups this evening. Mandarin will face the USA Today Florida Network Super 25 #1 ranked IMG Academy. Bishop Kenny will host Beachside. You can hear the game live this evening on 1010XL. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
At 10:59, it's 81 degrees. Time at 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler, Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, Tom McManus is in the house. People want to go up-tempo. People want to change personnel on the offensive line. People think we need to redesign the blocking schemes and a lot of other things, and that's all right because that's what we're asking you today. What do you want to tweak with this team? Most of the tweaks they want on the offensive side, and I get it. The defense is, at least on the scoreboard, has performed well. They've had their issues as well.
Yep.
It's really interesting, right? They ran the ball so well in week 1, Tony, against that run game. And Miami wants to run the ball now. And in week 2, they just came right out with Deontay Foreman, like, we're just going to shove it down your throat.
Yep.
And you're going to take it. Like, it was just kind of strange, you know? And this is a team that you didn't have to fear the big play, over-the-top shot on offense, certainly not to the degree that you do with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So.
Yeah. No, true. Absolutely. But, look, I thought, again, overall, macro, our D, we're averaging 19 points a game. Got to be winning when you're averaging 19 points a game on defense, right? You're holding the other team.
Even less because they don't get the safety counted against them.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. It should be even less.
A little smidge less than that in the macro sense.
Macro. Well, micro, you could.
I know what you're talking about.
By the way, that I replayed that hit on Brown, on Devin Lloyd, roughing the passer on out of the. That is terrible. So he put his head down. He still was to the side. He didn't spear him in the side. It was such. By the way, the next play. Whoo, he came up and rocked
and
Foreman.
Imagine if the Jags had recovered that fumble.
I know.
Deontay Foreman fell right on it.
Oh, and he felt it too, man. It was a big hit.
You know what the biggest hit? Tank got destroyed on that kickoff.
Yeah. I feel for you guys on defense. When I watch games on Sundays, Tommy, because there's so much of it that looked too violent to not be a penalty. Right? There's so much of that in the game now. I'm with you. I didn't have any problem with that play, and there's enough restrictions on what you are and aren't allowed to do. What you are allowed to do is lead with your shoulder and hit the guy in the gut. You're allowed to do that. Right. That's not against the rule. It just looks violent. And when something looks violent at the quarterback, the officials are going to throw a flag. That's just the way it is.
It was one step, by the way.
Yeah.
It was one step, so that's not illegal. You get a step to hit the QB.
Yes.
Devil's advocate, the refs are going to call a lot of ticky-tack crap, right? And you just, if you put yourself in that position, you may be legal, but you're putting yourself in position in the eye of the
way it's
beholder.
going to be called is not going to change. That's going to be a penalty in the NFL now.
All right, let's get a couple calls rolling here. John on the west side, thanks for your patience. You're up next. Go ahead, John.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Nice to talk to you guys. I'm kind of in a glass case of emotion now with the Gators stinking and the Jags going south. So, I'm in football hell. But questions for Tom. It seems like the team, it just seems like a continuation of last season. Even though they've rearranged a few pieces, it just seems like it's almost like the season didn't end. I was so anticipating this new beginning and blah, blah. They sold me a Cadillac and delivered me a Kia. I'm not really happy about that, but from your point of view, being a professional, do you think it's got anything to do with training camp, breaking camp early, not playing the starters? There's got to be some kind of common denominator because it seems like we're playing checkers and those guys are playing chess. We're behind all the time, and I don't understand. And I'll take your comment off there. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, great question, and have a great day. I don't know how Doug disciplines the team. I don't know that. I do know this team once again, and what he's saying is correct. They're inconsistent again. They were inconsistent last year. They were inconsistent the year before. And once again, sometimes they look great. They can do anything, like beat anybody, compete with anybody. They're making plays. They're making some good. I mean, ETN's having some big runs. They're making throws. Things are happening. You got to see more of it, no doubt. Things got to be fixed up. The defense is playing good enough, So I think it's all about accountability. And I know everybody wants and fans are fans. You guys keep fanning me. God love you, but you want to point the finger at somebody. It's never at your favorite player. It's always at somebody that, whatever. Yeah, everyone's saying he stinks, so he stinks, and now the play calling stinks, and it's the coaches. Well, I'm not saying it's not the coaches, and I know I'm biased because I'm a former player, and I came from a regime where we were held accountable even on a Wednesday during practice. It's up to the player to decide what kind of player they want to be. What kind of team do they want to be collectively? Are they putting enough pressure on each other when they don't play well, when they miss a block, when they miss a catch, everything? Are they doing it? I mean, we're talking about professional athletes. We're not talking college or high school. You want to talk college and high school, I think you got maybe a better argument that, the coaches have to be better. But for the NFL, I don't know, man. You got a job to do, and if you don't do it, it's on you. You miss a block, that ain't coaching. That's not coaching. That's you. And you get beat on a pass rush, that ain't coaching. That's you getting beat on a pass rush.
All right, what about the way they prepare themselves in terms of how much they play in the preseason? Because some teams play their frontline guys less than the Jags.
Okay,
do.
Fair.
Some play them more. I think, to me, let me ask your opinion on it, but to me it's like whatever the results are, you're going to look and say, well, yeah, look, because they did this, right? So if you get good results, well, yeah, because you kept your guys healthy and fresh. I don't know if it's a direct one-to-one correlation to results.
Think about last year's camp to this year's camp. You and I would both agree this year's camp was way more physical.
Yes.
A lot more hitting, a lot more violence, if you will, right? Mm-hmm. But what's the outcome? Kind of the same to date. I think we were, 1-1 after 2 weeks last year, right?
Yeah.
Beat Indy, lost to Houston. So kind of the same, and it's inconsistent, and it's a lack of accountability. And it's not doing your job.
What does that mean, a lack of accountability?
I don't know. I mean, if I keep missing blocks, like you're saying, do we put in Walker Little? I think it's too early. But is there that pressure on Cam? Or can Cam be like, hey, man, I'm getting paid $16 million. I got to really stink it up for a long period of time until they do anything with me? I don't know the answer.
What if Cam looks better in practice consistently than Walker Little? You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
That's supposed to be your proving ground. You got to earn the right to be active.
I know.
Right? And earn the right to be in the starting lineup.
To be a starter, the guy's just having a bad day or gets hurt or whatever. By default, you become the starter. That does happen. But you got to be ready to be the starter. You're talking
about Walker Little.
Anybody.
Well, sure. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, I don't think the coaches are blind, right? They see this, and I don't think they don't want to win.
Right.
So they see these guys every day, and they put out the guys that, based on what they're seeing, they think are the guys that are going to perform at a higher level. At what point do you just go, well, the hell with it. He's out playing this guy in practice every day, but we got to change it for the sake of changing it.
Yeah. No, you make a great point. I mean,
I don't know the answer.
No, I don't totally either. I know Doug made a comment about he gets to pick the 48. Did you hear that comment? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Which is
fine. I don't care. I'm just saying that he picks the 48.
Well, I would be shocked if he didn't. I mean, he's the coach.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
And because the feeling is Trent Baalke wants his young second-round pick to be active, right? Like,
that's where I was going. Like, what do you think
Mason
that is?
Smith. I think that's what that is. I think there's probably a little bit of a power struggle. Like, Trent Baalke's expressing his opinion.
Okay.
But Doug is saying, this is the way it's going to be.
Okay, but wait a minute. Doug also said those two guys led better, and it says he had better practices.
He did say that.
So then he's saying they outperformed them. That's why they're on the 48 and Mason's not. I agree with you. I think there's something there.
I asked Loggeman that. He said he thinks he's telling the media what they want to hear. Yeah. And that's not a direct quote, but he said he thinks he's feeding the media what he wants to feed the media.
He's a second-round pick.
I agree.
And he's a beast. He's raw. He's going to get beat from time to time. But, man, he causes some. I'd want him out there. I don't know why you wouldn't want him out there.
I would too.
And if Doug's not putting him out there because of a power, then there's an issue.
Well, if he's saying, look, based on the film of week one, we felt like he made some mistakes, for this week. He's not, didn't earn the right to be active, okay? And if the other guy's saying, well, whether he earned it or not, are these guys that significantly better than him that it's going to, hold back his development?
Great point. So that's accountability, right? Mason didn't do the job week 1.
Okay.
You didn't do the job during practice. You're not playing. So hopefully the idea is that he'll go, since he sat last week, he's going to take practice really serious and try to prove to them that, hey, I deserve to be out there.
Now,
at least that's the hope.
You ever get the sense that Mason Smith wasn't taking things seriously throughout the entire offseason, right?
Not at all.
So whether it's practice or the game, the coach has the right to have.
The question is, does he do it for everybody?
Well, look, the coach has the right to activate anybody he wants and play anybody he wants, okay? But I do think there's let's say, I'm just picking a number. Let's say 100 is the perfect player, right? Let's say one guy is a 73 and your rookie's a 70. At some point, I think it's worth playing the guy who's not quite there yet because you think ultimately he can be a 93, right? And the only way to get there, sometimes you got to go through the ups and downs and the struggles.
Well, okay, so I agree with you 100%. I think Ledbetter, you play him because he's proven he can make plays in the run game. Essezi, I think although he's a veteran, him and Mason are a little bit alike, although Mason's a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit more powerful. So I'd want Mason Smith out there, and I'd like Essezi, look, when we need you, I'm ready to put you out there. He had a great camp. He was great preseason. But
but if we're looking at the film and we feel like he struggled in week 1, and I'm not saying that yes or no, right? But that seems to be the narrative, that he didn't play great in week 1. Well, did he get benched for that, or was it the week of practice like the head coach alluded to? And that's I feel like there's a little bit getting lost in the explanation and the communication, all this. Like, why is it so difficult to just say, I'm calling the plays, or Press is calling the plays, and I don't want to hear another question about it.
I agree. I don't know.
Further notice, right?
I don't know why he doesn't do that either.
So why do we hear, well, he didn't play well in week 1, that's what that's about, and then you get up and attribute it to the week of practice, and these guys need to practice better. And because and I get it. If you stink all week in practice, I understand, but I do think there's a point where you say, look, he's our young, raw diamond in the rough, and the only way we're going to polish him up is to get him out on the field.
Well, first of all, practice isn't sped up enough to where you could really compete. You know what I mean? Like having a bad getting killed in practice. They're not really going full speed. That's really, you know what I mean? Like it's tough to evaluate with practice. When you know what I mean, when you struggle in the game, then practice. I can't weigh practice over the games.
I understand that, but all we can do is go on what the head coach is saying.
I know.
So if that's what he says, I'm trying to take him at his word. Right. All right. Let's get Jerry on the south side here before we hit the break. Jerry, you're on Jaguars Today. Go ahead, please.
Great show, fellas. I appreciate the conversation about the offensive line. There's a lot of fingers pointing at play calling, at the skill positions, and certainly at Trevor. But even Tom Brady looked pedestrian in 2 separate Super Bowls when the offensive line couldn't block that Giants defensive line. I'm not sure it wouldn't be smart just to take offensive line in the first 3 rounds of our draft for the next 3 years until we can find 5 guys who can work together to stop the pass rush, and then we can call plays that'll work because we can block it. So thank you guys for pointing that out. Take your comments off the air.
I mean, I
think that's an extreme solution.
Yes, right. That's over the you don't just keep drafting a position because it's not always going to be the best guy on the board at that time.
It's our 2 tackles who we thought were going to be like the strength of the offensive line.
Certainly the right tackle we thought would be the strength.
So that's he's got to play better.
And you did spend a first-round pick on him.
Right, and you're not replacing him.
Of course, right, exactly.
Is anybody talking about replacing him at all?
No. The future conversation about him is potentially being the left tackle at some point in his career.
Right.
Like that's the expectation for Anton. That's why it's so disappointing that he's playing at the level he's playing at.
Look, I wanted O-line, but I'm one of these guys, this is my vision, but I'm open to however they did it. I'm ecstatic that they got Brian Thomas Jr.
100%.
So if you go this route, you don't have Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't have Mason Smith. You don't have Jarian Jones. Right. You have several offensive linemen. Maybe they can play. Maybe they can't play.
Right.
And then we'll do it again next year and the year after. I think that's an
I wanted offensive
solution.
tackle, but I think Brian Thomas Jr. is special, and I think you got to go to him more. I think you got to get him more involved.
That's something we'll discuss when we come back on the other side. Yeah. All right, Jerry, appreciate it. We don't think you're wrong about needing to get better on the offensive line. It's just to go to that extreme at just to say that's it, we're drafting this, as opposed to everything else, never going to happen. Right. It's just not going to happen, and nor should it, in my opinion. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Tony's going to take us around the league. We'll take more of your calls at 641-1010 on a fast-moving Friday. What would you do to fix the Jags? Offense, defense, everyone seems to focus on the offense. Oh, yeah, we're doing our picks. Oh, yeah. Coming up, I forgot. I did make mine. I did rank them.
I didn't
I'm ready
rank
to go.
mine. I'm going to rank them.
You got your homework to do in the break then. All right, all that coming up on Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Yep, breakfast, absolutely any time of the day. But you want a little light fare? Maybe you're driving around Duval, you got some honeydews to do, or maybe you're just flitting around between the kids' soccer game and the kids' basketball game and the kids' whatever game they've got going on. You're on the go. You're on the move. You don't want to slow down. Dandy knows that. They've got stuff for you. They've got great protein packs for pick-me-ups as you're driving around Duval. They've got wonderful fruit cups and veggie trays and gourmet salads, a little bit of everything. Or maybe if you got a little more time, go in and get one of those hot subs. You pop it in the microwave for 60 seconds and just absolutely lick your lips as you wait for it to come out there and know it's going to be made with the highest quality ingredients, no matter what Dandy puts out there. Locally sourced as often as possible, delivered fresh, daily, with fantastic variety and prices that always stay in a reasonable range. Dandy's got the formula figured out. It's why they've been successful for nearly 70 years. When you're hungry in Duval, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy and do it today.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Defense just stepping up and playing dominant.
A strong fence protects your yard like a stout defense protects the bank.
Number one takeaway defense.
Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
Do the Garber Wiggle, Garber Wiggle, 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 Garber Wiggle.
If you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle with lifetime warranty, Garber Auto Mall can wiggle it. Best price, best payment, best trade-in value, Garber Auto Mall can wiggle it. With a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, Garber Auto Mall can wiggle it. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there is always a little room for wiggle.
Garber Wiggle, Garber Wiggle, 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 Garber Wiggle.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Malcolm Anthony. I've been practicing criminal defense law for over 40 years. It's what I love to do, it's what I do well. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me, Malcolm Anthony, at 2854-LAW. 2854-LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Ever wondered what heaven smells like? Come explore Crowned Head Cigars on Saturday, September 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. at Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road, and find out. We've got the Mil Diaz, so smooth it's like a spa day for your taste buds. The Mil Diaz Maduro, rich enough to make a chocolate bar jealous. And Tim Osgener's Aramis, so bold they'll make you rethink your life's choices. As always, there will be great deals, food, and prizes you'll want to brag about. See you at Tobacco Cove, where every puff is a party.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Are you looking for quality tires that won't break the bank? Big Chief has you covered. Right now they're offering 6-month financing with the CFNA card, plus $50 off your next service. With no interest for 6 months, it's the perfect time to get those new tires. Schedule your appointment today at BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to take advantage of this incredible deal. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Everyone's got an opinion, including me. I'm Hayes Carline, and when things get messy, I step in to clean up. Cleaning Up with Hayes is brought to you by Molly Maid, afternoons on The Frangie Show on 1010XL.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and even though you're the place to go for fun, you're also a place to go for generators. People need generators.
And the Honda lineup is amazing. They make the super quiet model, inverter technology, the electricity super clean. You can have conversations with them. You can back up your whole house with a Honda generator. So we have them in stock, and we're ready to ride.
So you have generators big enough that could run everything in the house?
Absolutely.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency for generators.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. Keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to american-electrical.com and see how they can help you.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a dust bunny breeder from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Steve Johnson. Welcome to the show, Steve.
It's great to be here, Alex.
Yeah, you don't have to answer in the form of a question, Steve.
What is this game show?
See, that's another question.
Are you going to ask me about air conditioners?
Yeah, okay. How about we just send the Bueller guys over and you can annoy them with all your questions? Johnny?
That's right, Steve. Bueller Air and Plumbing can answer all your air conditioning questions. Repair options, replacement models, and how to make your AC last longer while saving electricity. Making sure you are cool.
Where is the parking lot?
You're killing me, Steve.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Bold City Brewery invites you to celebrate Dubs and Duval all season long with a cold pint. Enjoy all their beer, seltzer, ciders by logging on to boldcityBrewery.com. Head to the production house on Roselle Street in Riverside or Bold City downtown and be bold.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. He's number 55.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Tommy Mack, Fridays here. No keys to victory today. Jags are not playing till Monday. We'll shelve that and let David Garrard weigh in on some of those.
Okay.
And maybe we'll have a Victory Tuesday coming up. I don't know what we do with all the Victory Monday shirts that are burning the hole in the prize closet.
Let's create a difficult decision, Jaguars.
I'd like to be a scofflaw
Yeah.
and throw out some Victory Monday shirts next Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to
put
do.
a line through the
A
Monday
little,
and
like some masking tape.
Yeah.
Just put that right in there.
Yeah, something like that.
Absolutely. All right, before we get to our picks for the week, let's go around the league.
Now, Gems Around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Houston running backs Joe Mixon and Dameon Pierce both missed practice yesterday. Denver quarterback Jordan Love listed as a limited participant in practice for the second straight day. Pittsburgh quarterback Russell Wilson was limited in practice again yesterday. LA Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert got in a limited practice with an ankle injury after missing practice on Wednesday. San Francisco tight end George Kittle missed practice on Thursday with a hamstring injury. The LA Rams have now said that wide receiver Cooper Kupp is dealing with a high ankle sprain, but that he might be able to return within the next 4 weeks, so they haven't placed him on IR yet. Chicago wide receiver Keenan Allen missed practice for the second straight day on Thursday. Cincinnati wide receiver T. Higgins was limited in practice Thursday. He missed the first 2 games of the season due to a hamstring injury. Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett and tight end David Njoku have been unable to practice so far this week for the Browns, and Dallas wide receiver CeeDee Lamb and tight end Jake Ferguson both limited on Thursday.
All right, Mixon and Pierce take the week off so I can drop Cam Akers' bomb on Tony in our fantasy league. off to a bad start in the one that you're in.
Won again,
right?
I think.
Right. Well, I didn't. I won in the other two this week.
Okay.
But so we were talking about because Isaiah Pacheco breaks his leg. So the next man up in the short term is Carson Steele.
Yeah.
Okay.
It may be Kareem Hunt by next week. But whatever, right. But so I put in a bid for Carson Steele, and I'm like 13th out of 14. So I'm like high in the waiver process, and I'm like, I don't get him. And I look, and Tony's playing him against me. I'm like, oh, there's the one team in the league worse than me right there. That's that league. Tony's probably better than me in both of the other ones right now. But it's the battle for the basement going on in Jaguars Today 3 this week. All right, Tommy Mack has done it for a second consecutive week. I found our confidence picks from week 1, found the official sheet, and the tally coming into last week, you had 91 points, Tony had 87, I had 76. We ranked the games in order of how confident we are in the outcome, and we assigned points. Last week, Tom, we were all right around 500. You went 8-7. And you got 59 points, okay? Tony went 8-7, he got 53 points. And I went 7-8, and I got 52 points. So very close, but none of us have hit the top line game. Like the game, we can pick any game and say we're the most confident in this outcome. And in 2 weeks, none of us have gotten that game right. We've all gone over on the 15-pointer.
Right. What was my record on the second week?
8-7.
8-7. So I went 12-3.
You are. I got the whole tally right here. You're 20-10.
20-10.
And you got 150 points.
Yeah.
Tony is 17-13, good for 140 points, and I'm 16-14 with a measly 128 right now. But with 15 weeks to go.
Yeah, sure.
Or 16 weeks to go.
See, I won't give myself an award yet. You know what I mean? I'll wait for a while. Make sure that I,
earned it.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll name my home
by
after
next
me.
week, Dylan, I
Tommy
may get
Mack's
benched,
house.
and you may be making the picks for me.
All right.
That may be the way we go. All right, Tommy Mack, give us your 3 most confident winners for week number 3.
At number 15. What did I say last week?
That you were not going to pick the Jags at number 15 again.
New Orleans at home. 14, Cleveland at home. 13, Cincy at home.
Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Tony Smith.
15, I'll take Vegas over Carolina. 14, Cincinnati over Washington. And 13, Tampa over Denver.
Yep, I got Tampa on the top line right there, playing well, going up against Denver. I'm going to go Seattle at home against Miami. It's a long, that corner-to-corner trip.
Tough.
Miami to Seattle. That's a long one. Skylar Thompson.
Quarterback, yeah.
And I'm going to go with Kansas City against Atlanta. I think Atlanta's a good team. They're on the road, but I think KC will have enough to get it done. Tommy Mack, your next 3.
Let's see. 12, I've got Vegas at home.
Okay.
11, Tampa at home. And 10, Green Bay on the road.
Green Bay, let's get it done against Tennessee.
Against
We'll
Tennessee.
take that one. We're all rooting for that outcome. Tony Smith.
12, Seattle over Miami. 11, Detroit over Arizona on the road. And 10, Kansas City over Atlanta.
Okay, this is the AFC North portion of my picks coming up. I literally have them 4 in a row, but I'll give you the next 3. I got Cincinnati on the 12-point line right here on Monday night against Washington. I've got Cleveland on the 11-point line, trying to get that W against the Giants. And then I've got Baltimore going into Dallas. I don't think the Ravens go 0-3. So somebody's got to win that one. I got the Ravens game worth 10. Tommy Mack.
Number 9?
Yep.
Number 9, Kansas City on the road. Number 8, Jacksonville on the road.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Number 7, the Bears on the road.
Chicago. Who Chicago got this
At
week?
Indy.
Indy. All right.
I got to take care of the AFC South. Let's
right
go,
on,
Jags.
brother. All right, Tony.
At 9, Pittsburgh over the Chargers. 8, San Francisco on the road against the Rams. I'll take the 49ers. And 7, Buffalo over the Jaguars.
All right. I'm going I told you the AFC North run. I also had Pittsburgh on the 9-point line. I'm going Green Bay. Maybe Jordan Love playing. But a big Malik Willis revenge game against the Titans. And I'm taking Indy in this one against Chicago. Chicago's offense has been pretty damn inept through 2 weeks. Tommy Mack, 6, 5, and 4-point games.
Number 6, Seattle at home. Number 5, the Chargers on the road. Number 4, Minnesota at home. All the AFC South getting taken care of in my picks.
Love it. Tony Smith.
6, Green Bay over Tennessee. 5, Chicago over Indy. And 4, New Orleans over Philadelphia.
I do like Tom's picks. You know, if your picks come true, all of them, Jags are playing for first place in week 4.
Yes, they are.
I mean, that's right where they could be with a couple of good outcomes. However, I got Buffalo on the 6-point line this week. I'm taking New Orleans on the 5-point line against Philadelphia. And I don't know if I kind of forgot about him a little bit, but it's one of those I could see Carolina rallying around the quarterback change and at least playing more spirited. I do have Vegas winning. I've just got them a little further down here than you guys do. Final 3, your least confident outcomes, Tom.
San Fran on the road at number 3, Baltimore on the road number 2, and Arizona at home number 1.
Okay. Tony?
Baltimore over Dallas at 3. The Giants over Cleveland at 2, and Minnesota over Houston at 1.
All right, I've got San Fran on the 3-point line, like Tom does. I've got Minnesota winning as well, so we're all at least trying to wish cast there with the Vikings getting to 3-0. Please play Justin Jefferson. And Tom, just like you, I've got Arizona on the 1-point line. So we'll see how it all works out. Tom McManus in the lead after 2 weeks goes New Orleans, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Las Vegas, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Kansas City, Jacksonville, Chicago, Seattle, the LA Chargers, Minnesota, San Francisco, Baltimore, Arizona. Tony Smith in second place goes with the Raiders, the Bengals, the Buccaneers, the Seahawks, Lions, Chiefs, Steelers, 49ers, Bills, Packers, Bears, Saints, Ravens, Giants, and Vikings. I'll go Tampa Bay, Seattle, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, Indy, Buffalo, New Orleans, Vegas, San Fran, Minnesota, and Arizona, top to bottom. Confidence picks locked in. Dylan's got a question or two to pose to us that the listening audience has asked us to discuss. We'll do that when we return. Take a look at some of your responses to the Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. What's the one tweak you would make other than switching play callers to get the Jags rolling here in 2024? This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey once again for Awaken 180 weight loss. Why do I rave about Awaken 180? Because they deliver what they promise. I love companies that do that. You know what? Don't overpromise. Underpromise, overdeliver. Well, they promise a lot, but they absolutely deliver. They deliver the weight loss. They deliver it in a safe, effective way, in a way that's not going to make you feel starved or that this is way too difficult for me to stick with. In fact, I think you're going to find that if you try Awaken 180, the pounds come off a lot easier than you'd suspect, and the big key is you're able to maintain that weight loss because they have a great program for maintenance as well. Once you hit your goal weight, let's say you want to lose 20 pounds, you hit that, it's free coaching and support for life from Awaken 180 to help you maintain that weight loss, and that's a hell of a deal, folks, because a lot of people, myself included, can lose the weight, and it's tough to keep it off. You can be the next Awaken 180 success story. All you have to do is call 844-346-1800. Get hooked up with your own coach there or schedule a free consultation online by going to awaken180weightloss.com.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the 4th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, October 4th through 6th at Timuquana Country Club. Get your tickets now, starting at just $25 for grounds passes. And if you're a country music fan, grab your tickets to see Brothers Osborne at Daly's Place Tuesday, October 1st for the Furyk Foundation concert sponsored by Ring Power. Learn everything you need to know at ConstellationFurykandFriends.com.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
When it comes to selling your home, it can be stressful. Take the stress out with my friends Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried you won't sell your home for the price you need. How's this for a guarantee? Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they'll buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Mortgage rates are down. creating more active buyers and sellers. And if you've been waiting, now is a great time to sell your home. Take Kim in Palm Coast. I needed to move closer to family ASAP, but I had to sell my Palm Coast home first. I tried and failed with another agent. So my family said, you got to call Chad and Sandy. Well, sure enough, as promised, Chad and Sandy did it. They sold my home in 3 days, above asking price. Call the local Jacksonville experts I trust and recommend. Call Chad and Sandy today at 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
It's storm season, and JEA is committed to keeping you informed. In the event of a storm, we'll text and email you about the status of your services. We use Facebook and X to post real-time updates. Our live outage map on JEA.com lets you track restoration progress. And as crews work to restore services, our storm outreach team will be in local neighborhoods to answer your questions. Because as your community utility, JEA is here to keep you safe and connected. Your community, your utility.
Mia here. When it comes to roofing, whether it be shingles, metal, or most repairs, there is one name that has protected your home since 1999. Jags Roofing. Serving all of Northeast Florida, Mike and his guys have been repairing and replacing roofs for 25 years. Need insurance help? Mike's team can help. Raised in a military family, Mike provides great attention to detail with unparalleled quality and workmanship. They also have warranties, so you can have peace of mind. Call Mike today for a free estimate or online at projacksroofingfl.com.
All right, here we go.
Former Jaguars QB David Garrard joins Jaguars Today to talk Jags.
All right, guys.
Mondays on 1010XL.
Let's go, Googans. Let's go, Googans.
Brought to you by WaterboyJax.com.
What is that?
Good people drink good beer, and great people drink Mocama, a refined craft brewery out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Mocama Beer Company brings sophisticated flagship beers, including Cosmico IPA and Dune Garden Lager, to the greater Jacksonville area. Whether you're hitting the water with friends or enjoying a backyard barbecue, Mocama has the perfect beer for your summer activities. Look for us wherever great beers are sold and find your Mocama.
Your car is like part of your family. It takes you to work, drops the kids off at school, goes with you on vacation. You feel safe in your car, but all that can change in an instant due to someone else's carelessness. Now you need money for medical bills, car repairs, lost wages. You need help, and you need it now. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us at 396-5555. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family since 1979. Jacksonville.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I-9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing sports. Fall and winter registration is underway. Log on to i9sports.com and see all they've got to offer. Kids 3 and up. You can enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for fall and winter. Great locations added like Fort Family Field, Westside Middle, and Duval Charter Bay Meadows. It's all online at i9sports.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
In the Jaguars' 0-2 start, wide receiver Christian Kirk has just 2 catches for 29 yards. Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence says they have to get Kirk going Monday night against the Bills.
For sure. You know, he's one of our best players, and obviously we have a lot of chemistry, and we've played a lot together, and he's a guy I trust a lot, and got to get him going this week, and I got a lot of trust and faith that it will get going this week, and not really concerned about that. I know it's going to happen. So keep trusting the system and keep putting the best plan we can together. But of course, he has to be an emphasis, and just the way he impacts the game. Got to get him the ball and got to get him in a rhythm.
Trevor Lawrence on Christian Kirk. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
Cool guys. Well, we know one cool guy in here. Dylan Denmark.
Oh, that's me?
That's you.
That's me.
You're the youngster. You try to keep us up with all the latest
Hip
trends.
to be square.
By the way, have you ever heard of Glenn Frey?
Fry?
Oh, is that how you say it?
Oh. Did he call him Glenn
The other
Frey?
day, he's like, like Smuggler's Blues pops up in his music list. He's like, you heard of this Glenn Frey guy? As a matter of fact, we have. Yes.
Frey,
he's in a pretty popular band back in the day.
It's called the Eaglets.
Learn something new every day.
You hear him?
Yes, the Eaglets. But Dylan, cool guy. You had a good question come in from a listener. Pass that along if you would.
Somebody called in about 30 minutes ago and asked Tommy, how do you evaluate the 5 offensive linemen in camp, knowing that you're not as physical in camp anymore with the rules, restrictions, and all of that? Is it still kind of hard to evaluate the offensive line, or could you tell any difference in this camp?
I could tell a difference in this camp. And that's a great question because it is hard. I mean, today with the CBA and the lack amount of, really physicalness, you can do a lot of lack of hitting. You can do full speed stuff. It's tough. It's tough to get ready. That's why I've asked before, do you think some teams hey, 0-1's okay because we got time, it's still part of us getting it together and trying to get on the right page, right chemistry. I'll pose a question, and I'll pose it to you guys. After camp, would you have replaced any of the starting 5?
On the offensive line? No.
Yeah, for the first game. They won their jobs in camp or whatever. They're the guys. Would you say yeah?
I would not. I would not have.
I wouldn't have replaced anybody. I would have been fine if Walker Little had been the starting left tackle the whole time.
If he beat out Cam.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that. But if they say Cam's going to be the tackle, fine. Right. I don't have an issue with that.
And part of that is I got to trust their evaluation more than my own because I see X amount of practice. They see it all. And then they watch the tape.
I'm not an expert, but if I went down the line.
You're more an expert than we are.
If I went down the line, Anton's better than Cole. Sheriff's better than whoever.
Cooper.
Coop's not ready. I don't think he's ready. I think he's athletic. I think he's big enough. I got to see more out of him. Morse is better than Fortner. There's nobody really competing against Ezra. I mean, Hance isn't better than him, right? And then Cam, maybe Walker, but he didn't beat him out. So my point is, with what they had,
felt like those are the 5 you're going to roll with.
I mean, that's what they have. And so you're rolling with them. I'm not saying it. I think it's too early for a change, like I said earlier. But just don't think because they, replaced Cam with Walker that all of a sudden everything's, copacetic and we're all going to be good.
Here's the thing, and again, we've referenced this a few times. Daniel Griffiths, I'll give him credit because he posted these numbers. I didn't see them directly from PFF from Jaguars on SI. And these are just the pass block efficiency numbers, right? Yeah. Within their own positions. Mitch Morse is 9 out of 33 qualifying centers. That's a top third. God, that's fine.
Good. Perfect.
That's good.
Yeah, throw it.
This is according to PFF, which is not the gospel, but it is what it is. Okay? Yeah. Ezra, 32nd out of 69 qualifying guards. So he's in the top half. He's about middle of the pack, but he's a little bit in the top half. Sheriff, 18th out of 69 qualifying guards.
That's top third.
Top third, right?
Yep.
Cam Robinson, 56th out of 71 tackles. Anton, 66th out of 71 tackles. They're only,
right.
There aren't that many starting tackles in the league.
Right. And look, you got to keep it in perspective, but we all been talking about here, it's been the tackles, not the interior 3. You can see that with your own eyes.
These numbers back that up.
Right, and the numbers back it up. Right.
Yeah, all right. Let's get Fan Cam up. Regular Friday visit. Cam, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. The Longhorns indeed rolled to 2-0, and I'm sorry you didn't get Carson Steele, Mike.
Yeah, no, Tony and I are just laying in wait, trying to get all the good waiver wire pickups,
Is that how it works?
Carson Steele and Cam Akers, baby. We're rolling. Look out.
Well, my biggest problem with the play calling is a disconcerting disconnect with reality. We saw Brian Thomas dominates in the first half, responsible for 2 scores, and he doesn't get one look in the second half. Tank ran for 73 yards, popped off over 6 yards a carry in that game, and he doesn't play a single snap on the offensive side in the next game.
He got killed on he got hurt. He got destroyed on a kickoff return, had to go to the locker room.
But that was mid-late second quarter, wasn't it?
Okay. Shoot him up and get him out there.
How do you not? The guy ran for, you're trying to establish a running game. The guy runs for 6 yards a carry, 73 yards, and he doesn't get one carry in the first half
I don't
before
think
he gets hurt.
I don't think that was the game plan.
Yeah. No, I thought the running game was
it makes no sense. It's like a scene from Idiocracy where Press Taylor's just trying to pound his square peg into a round hole when there's 4 perfectly good square holes all around it. And our offense spends most of its time standing around in a huddle waiting for the play. It takes him 30 seconds to get a play out. Did you see the game last night with Rodgers? Breece Hall and the Jets have a pretty good running game, but the first 6 plays are passes, and 8 or 9 out of the first 10, and the defense is taking a step backward at the snap on every play, and all of a sudden they're ripping off 10 yards of carry in the middle of the field. We need to go up-tempo. We need to give our receivers a chance to make some plays. A one safety over the top with man-to-man coverage, we ought to be licking our chops. You have 7 guys in pass protection and a guy doing a dipsy doodle on each side and a tight end looking for an open spot in the middle of the field. The 2 extra blockers in the backfield can flare out after their block and be a safety valve. Take some shots, use your arm you got, and let's play some offensive football rather than sleeping in the huddle half the time. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll talk.
Oh, sorry. Got a little premature.
I agree
cuttage.
on the getting in the huddle. I mean, that down by the goal line. Yeah, there's no box.
No excuse.
None. That is amateur.
And that's not even like a change. That's just something that should already exist.
Clean it up. Yeah,
right?
it's dumb.
Right. It's not like you're doing some kind of new strategy. It's just get on the same page. I don't understand it. It seems to happen in the red zone.
And are we assuming Press is calling all this, or we don't know? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I
don't either. Like, they're all vague. I think there are all kinds of competing opinions on
and that
it
may be
right
part
now.
of the problem. Does Trevor know who's talking in his ear?
He's got to know.
Yeah,
right?
he's got to know.
Like, the process of it, I don't know when it changes, if it does change.
I will tell you, I think it was the second when they had to call a timeout for the delay of game. There was a late miscommunication between Trevor and Kirk. Did you see that? Because Trevor he tapped on his head to Kirk, and Kirk was like, oh, and then he looked at Gabe. Well, there was like 3 seconds. There was like 3 seconds left on the play clock when he did that.
That's the one where he spiked it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They called timeout, though, before,
Yeah, they called the timeout, and he got it. The spike was frustration.
Right, frustration,
What on earth? Like, it was that kind of moment.
So it was kind of like a late, something wasn't communicated inside, I don't know, because Kirk was looking back at him like, what are we doing? And then he went, I'm tapping my head if you don't know that on radio.
Most would not. Most would not.
So anyway, there was something there. But now you got to get the call in, man. Get it in and get it called and get up to the line of scrimmage. And, hey, lineman, don't lollygag. Get your big butts up to the line of scrimmage. Let's go. Time is of the essence. It's that sense of urgency thing. It's the same. It's the inconsistency, sense of urgency, all that kind of stuff. I do think, look, what Cam is, or what Fan Cam was saying, that's how they want this offense to work. The pass to open up the run game. Right? Get that pass going in a good rhythm, and then we hit you with ETN, and you're not ready for it. That's what you want. But, you got to make sure the passing game is working before you get to that kind of luxury. I do think ETN ran the ball pretty effectively last week. That 20-yard run that outside run, they do very well on. I'd like to see more of that. A couple missed blocks. They make plays. They shoot gaps. Things happen. They're going to make plays, too.
Some of the suggestions we got for fixing things, fire Phil Rauscher immediately. I mean, fire the head coach. Who
takes over if they fire the head coach?
Mike McCoy, maybe.
Okay.
Former head coaching experience. I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's cool. I like Mike.
Possibly. Yeah. That way you leave Ryan Nielsen alone and let him do what he's
that's too much
doing right there.
For him.
Let's see. Play calling, we just said that's not part of the equation today. Start with a short passing game. I've heard just max protect and deep shots. I've also heard, we heard the one guy say, take the horizontal plays out. This one's saying start with a short passing game to get rid of, everyone's got a different thing. If it works, it works. Like, I don't care if they want to go full West Coast, if they're picking up first downs and that's what they're doing, but you got to have success. And Brian Thomas Jr. has been the most impactful weapon you've had through 2 games, and he's only had 8 looks. He's got to have 8 looks a game.
You could almost build your offense around him. You know what I mean? He's that kind of a threat. And look,
how do you feel about the ball only goes to the open guy? I feel like you got to force the ball to your playmakers sometimes.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Even though they're covered, they want you to throw them the ball and give them a chance. And you got to be on that right. Where are you going to put the ball? So I know where you're going to put the ball. Look, there's some truth. Like, why'd you wait till 2 minutes left in the third quarter to go deep down the middle of the field with your blazing fast wide receivers? A great play. I don't even think it was max protect. They protected it well. They blocked it up well. He had plenty of time. Made a phenomenal throw. He always throws down the middle very well, in my opinion, better than outside the numbers. But let's see more of that. Now, you can't do that every play, but you can mix that in with everything else and really put some pressure on that backside of that secondary.
All right, we got to wrap it there. So let's welcome in Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit GoBioTarget.com.
All right, Taylor Dahl, what's going on?
Hello.
How are you? Hello.
I'm great. How are you doing?
We're all right, you know. I mean, we could be better, but we could be worse. We're still drawing breath, and that's good.
That's a positive.
That's right.
Got Sunday off coming up, which is nice as well. And,
yeah, that is true. You get to just enjoy some football without being angry, maybe.
Yeah, but by the time we return, the Jags will not have fallen to 0-3.
That's right.
All right?
That's a good thing.
Hope we keep that up for another 24 hours after that. What do you got cooking today?
Yeah, we have a lot. We have Mark Weiser. He's joining us to talk some Georgia Bulldogs. They are coming off a really close win against Kentucky, have Alabama coming up next week. So we'll see where they are. Hughie will join us. We do not have a show Monday because of obviously Jaguars programming. XL Primetime's getting moved up into our slot. So we will be previewing the Bills game because we won't have the chance on Monday. Mia is out today, so Lauren and I will get into that. We'll also get into some recent Urban Meyer comments about the state of the Florida Gators right now and him possibly maybe coaching again. So a lot of that type of stuff. Some fun. Oh, and we'll also get into some of the Doug comments yesterday on Trevor, too, because we haven't got to talk about those yet.
All right. We'll look forward to all of it. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
And we won't see you Monday.
Yeah.
All right. There she goes. Taylor Dahl.
That's fun.
With Helmets and Heels coming your way. Tommy Mack, anything cooking this weekend?
No, actually, tomorrow night we're celebrating my youngest lioness's 16th birthday with 17 or 18 kids. Dinner on the beach.
Have fun,
then gonna have cake and presents back at the house after. So that's pretty much my weekend, I guess. Gonna look at Boston College playing Michigan State, and then of course day off, but you'll be watching ball. I'll be watching ball. I mean, not maybe glued to the TV all day.
Yeah, that's
Locked
all.
in.
I would see. I know. You know what I think I said. I take I'll watch the first game. And then the second game, I kind of take a break, and then I'll come back for that second half, and then I don't miss the
I've been
rest.
taking a break for Sunday Night Football the last couple of weeks because I just get home and I'm like, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, Sunday night should be good. KC in Atlanta.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for us. Tony, good luck on the call tonight with Bowles.
Be fun.
Getting after it. And,
come on.
The Baldwin tribe as well for young Dylan Denmark.
Thank you, sir.
Taking on Baker County tonight. All right, there you go.
Yeehaw!
I got to get my Denmark. I'm working on my Denmark impersonation. It's a work in progress. All right, that'll do it for us. For Tony Smith, for Dylan Denmark, Tom McManus, I'm Mike Dempsey. Have a great weekend. Hopefully it's stress-free for you because the Jags won't play until Monday night, and we'll rally the troops on Monday with David Garrard. This has been Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
I told y'all to get off